Since the 4th of July fireworks, about 100 animals and birds have come in, and we've been getting probably well over 100 to 150 calls from people that find injured birds.
The ARC Wildlife Rescue and Rehabilitation has been overwhelmed with injured animals in the past few days. Liz Ryan spoke to volunteer Valerie Roback.
Being a local nonprofit all year long is challenging for them, but this time of year is especially hard. After the 4th of July fireworks, they're deluged with injured wildlife.
Osprey, owls, hawks, ducks, songbirds, cardinals, chickadees, wrens, mockingbirds, woodpeckers, anything that flies is at risk because the skies are a bomb zone.
The sonic booms spook wildlife.
They fly in a panic and a terror. Some of them have heart attacks. Some of them fly into windows, buildings. Some are abandoned by the parents before they're able to survive on their own. Some of them ingest litter on the ground that's left over from fireworks.
Some of the deaths and injuries are a result of birds flying in the path of cars.
Birds in general become disoriented. Ducks and owls and hawks get hit by cars.
And it's not just birds that can be harmed by fireworks.
The St. Augustine Wild Preserve had wolves that died, most likely as a result of fireworks. Some people have had horses that died. Horses are very vulnerable.
If you find an injured bird,
call us and we will advise them on how to proceed.
If you'd like to make a donation to this nonprofit, or maybe you want to learn about volunteering, go to thearcrescue.org. That's ARC with a K. For St. Augustine's Local Morning News, I'm Liz Ryan.
This local news is a service of your hometown Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota, US 1 St. Augustine, here to wow you.
We are so grateful. The instructional and support staff have been blessed with this millage funding. We cannot express how grateful we are to the voters for making this happen.
Kate Dowdy, president of the St. John's Education Association. A hike in property taxes passed in last year's election will mean a positive change for teachers and staff.
Back in November, voters passed a hike on property taxes specifically to increase teacher pay, hire and keep more teachers, and invest in things like better school security. About $23.7 million was brought in from the higher property taxes.
We have seen over the last few years that even our incredibly experienced educators, the ones who have been with the school district for decades, we have had several of them leave to go to a surrounding district because they are able to be paid so much more. If in 2028 the voters do not approve to renew the tax, then our employees go back down to a regular rate of pay. So that being said, that's why it is so important to us to continue to bargain for raises in addition to the millage funding.
For St. Augustine's Local Morning News, I'm Karen Johnson.
I think it's an extraordinary achievement. For starters, it's going to create big new tax breaks for regular people.
Congressman Randy Fine is sharing his reaction to last week's passage of President Trump's Big Beautiful Bill.
Congressman Fine says the Big Beautiful Bill will put more money in Americans' pockets.
If you work for tips, you're not going to pay taxes on them. If you work for overtime, you're not going to pay taxes on them. If you're 88% of the elderly who aren't wealthy, you won't pay tax on your Social Security.
Fine says if you support President Trump's agenda, you should support the Big Beautiful Bill.
So we've wanted to secure the border for decades, but liberals said they'd only let us secure the border if we gave amnesty to everyone who broke the law. Well, this bill secures the border, builds the wall, strengthens ICE and customs, but without any amnesty to anybody. So there are so many wins in the bill, it's hard to describe them all, including the fact that 28 of President Trump's executive orders have now become law.
The Big Beautiful Bill provides $100 billion to ICE through 2029.
We have tens of millions of people who don't respect our country, who chose to disrespect our laws and just come and live here. And they all need to go home. And the good news is we're already seeing great success on that, not only through those that we are deporting, but from those who are self-deporting, realizing they aren't welcome here and they need to leave. And this will accelerate that process until every illegal immigrant has been deported.
I'm Daryl Moody, reporting.
And now you're up to date with St. Augustine's Local Morning News. I'm Rich Carroll.